Hey people, intro here. 53 SD Province Blue Team is a bunch of Eldar up to something. Here's Leksandr and a Warlock, a melee spellcaster that can leap into combat, some powerful disruption and support. And this is the Exodite's elite scheme alongside its double Farseers. This is Venjitron and this is Xon. These are support heroes that fight in melee, some powerful buffs and control. On the red team, Brother Captain Palaz is a Brother Captain, a durable hero walking through objects, cannot be suppressed with powerful offense and support, fighting in melee alongside Sky's Plague Champion. Starts with a damage of a time bolt gun, can get melee weapons, debilitates enemies and supports allies, can also repair, and the Death Guard elite scheme here. Rounding off the teams then, Bordan, Jelfort and a Lictor Alpha. A melee specialist can infiltrate and disrupt, some powerful offense and a bit of support. On the east side against one of those Farseers, Warlock taking a bunch of damage already. Destructor misses. Backs off now to some heavy cover. Does have Howling Banshees out, so does Xon. It's triple Guardians for Venjitron though. Lictor Alpha scares off the Farseer. No, she's still in play. Oh, Hormagaunts are going to wipe here. Lured in by the Farseer. Are they going to wipe? Yes, the Hormagaunts are down. Can replace them. Banshee's going to get him messed up, but they are a big threat to low-level heroes, even melee specialist heroes, because that power melee damage and a bunch of attacks adds up. Brother Captain similarly doesn't want to really fight the Howling Banshees, although he does have that Hammer of the Witches splash damage these days to help him out a bit. And with Strike Squad support, maybe he can mess them up. The Strike Squad took some damage though, eh? Some Chaos Space Streams for Sky. They're getting quite low. And they do scare off the Farseer. They're going to try and cap this wreck point, and these guys can move up and maybe worship some Nurgle to help them out of it. A rough firefight for the Guardians behind some heavy cover. Power goes down. One of the gens is down. They're trying to hold it up, I think. Losing another model, though, need to be careful. Here's now the support through Howling Banshees. Aspect of Strength is in. And there's Guide used way too early, I think, by Xon. That boosts damage and range. I mean, it lets them get some Shuriken pistol shots in. Maybe that was the intention. But now they're going to be, crippling poisoned. And there's another one waiting as well. There's the second one. Nicely timed by Bordan Jelfort. And the Banshees are out of there. Meanwhile, west side, I think the power node just went down there. These ladies also have Aspect of Strength. But there's We Are the Hammer and there's a Purgation Squad. Destructor went in. Or was that Banishment? Oh, I think that was Banishment from the Strike Squad. With the same effect and same sound effect as well. Purgation. This Incinerator will suppress infantry. And he has the awesome Purge Soul to mess with heroes and other single models. Warlock is already off the field. Plague Champion with light grenades now. And by the look of his energy, he's already thrown it once. And he must have missed. Nasty double grenades on the Strat Squad there, but they do survive. Jen says, Brother Captain Palaz, he wants a generator built over here, I think. But he needs a node first. 475 to 445. Purgation Squad looking at a power bash. Can they get this one gen down? Warlock is going to say no, I think. There's the leap. They did retreat before they got leapt on, though, at least. What is this? Oh, these guys have Guide on them. The Plague Champion must have been milling around here trying to get a grenade throw. I guess it's a bit too far to chuck it over that, maybe. Now he's getting some shots on the Warlock. There's the leap. He's going to have to back away now. Not sure where Venjitron is repositioning to. Should be helping out over here. Or helping put... There we go. Pushing through the mid now. The triple Guardians coming back out onto the field. And they all have their grenades. We have Havocs up for Sky. Bordan did replace the Hormagaunts and gave them Adrenal Glands. Do we see Pheromone? No, we do see Feeder Tendrils though. A power weapon that heals on hit. Pretty good. Eldar pushing through the mid here. There's the guided Shuriken again doing work. Grenade. Gets the grenade throw. And I think makes it out. Yes, Havoc's almost wiped the Farseer. In fact, she may go down here. She does go down. Energy burst on the Guardians, messing up their energy and slowing them down. That's from the Strat Squad. And then they chuck out the Banishment. Grenade is dodged. Triple grenades are dodged. Venjitron now uses Fleet to move and reposition. Warlock's in a bad spot. There's the Purge Soul. Takes him down. Nasty ability. Especially since there's no like wind up on it. Just instantly activates when you target it, I think. More Chaos Space Marines for Sky. Strat Squad getting a bit low, but they got to lead the line, I guess. Yeah, Venjitron using all of his grenades on that one throw in the same spot was a mistake. Got to try and spread them out a bit most of the time, unless you know it's a sure thing. You want to spread your grenades out, I think. On the east side, Warrior Brood up, heavy infantry with power melee weapons, and they provide a basic synapse, helping out these little fellas here with some defensive bonuses. And they leap into combat, as you can see there, knocking down the Farseer. Look how much damage they did with those knockbacks. Oh, if the Heretics were in a slightly better position there, they might have been able to finish it. It would have been close, though. There's some Nurgle worship. I don't know why. Why are you worshipping? There's nothing around here, fellas. Maybe a misclick. Meanwhile, Banshee's getting wrecked on the west side. Can they make it out? They can. A single Howling Banshee gets away. Really aggressive pushes on the power here by Palaz. Couldn't quite make it work that time. Purgation did get away, though. About you guys. You chucked your impact grenade, which delayed these guys chucking their own grenades, and it ended up hitting their own Farseer. Warlock can get revived now, and a Vile Spirit is in for the Plague Champion, as well as Fetid Armor. He's fully kitted now. Lots of investment in the Plague Champion. Goes for the grenade throw. Venjitron reacts a little bit slowly, and he does get hit, which spreads to all of those other Guardians there. So if you are in the initial explosion, you of course get infected, and then you'll spread it to people on your own team. You won't spread it to your enemies, but of course they could also be in the initial explosion. 2-to-1 cap here for the Eldar team. Falcon on the way for Leksandr. Vindicator Assassin hits the field. There's a bunch of tier 2s coming through now. Banshees have their Exarch. She gets a fancy heavy melee spear. And I assume a decent chunk of hit points, so I'm not sure how many hit points she's got, actually. It's got to be like 300, right? At least. You would hope. Endless Swarm coming through for the Hormagaunts. Giving them... Is it 2-for-1 reinforcement? They've changed Endless Swarm a few times. It's queued up for tier 2. Okay, now it's started. Farseer. You okay there? Looks like it. The Barb Stranglers on the Warrior Brute. Oh, we got some Rangers over here. Lictor Alpha still in play, getting some good hits with those feeder tendrils. No other war gear though. Pheromones could be good. 22% damage bonus on those adrenal glands. That adds up a lot, especially as these guys level. Because they're also getting damage bonuses from leveling, of course. Able to get away. Lictor Alpha is going to need to run, I think. I'm trying to hold it up for this power bash. They might get all the gens. Now he's in with the Farseer. Gets a flesh hook. Guide on these Guardians. They chuck their grenade. Almost got the Farseer down. So close. And now the Lictor runs. That was good play, though, by Bordan. Meanwhile, in the mid, we got a Falcon here, providing some good fire support and allowing all this Eldar stuff to reinforce off it. Plague Champion got stunned. Did he? No, this doesn't stun friendlies. Oh, I think he used Bilious Discharge and slowed himself down there. Is what happened. And the stun was on the Banshees. 446 to 313. Some Nurgle worship and double Eternal War CSM here for Sky. Need something else up in tier 2 though, eh? Maybe... Oh, I was going to say maybe some Plague Marines to take out the Falcon, but it's down. The old Conversion Beamer takes care of that. We've also got a Vindicator Assassin as well that has an anti-vehicle option. Wraithguard up for Venjitron. He seems to like using these. Wraith Lord for Xon and another Falcon for Leksandr. There's tier 3s coming through for red team. And they full bash here. Shuriken sets up, that's going to be a big help. Vindicator will outrange it, of course. There's the banishment. Bunch of grenades, all missing. Conversion beamer won't really hit infantry at all, but can have a go. That was a really bad miss from the conversion beamer. Okay, that might have hit actually. Howling Banshees I hear war shouting somewhere. It's these ones. These other ones are stuck in the wreckage of the Falcon, unfortunately. And these ones white. Okay. I don't think I've ever seen anything get stuck in a wreckage before. Very unfortunate for those Banshees. There's 2 of them in there. It's quite rare to see. Got some Marco Zinch CSM for Sky. Double. Does not get another unit on the field though. He gets double Marco Zinch instead. That's 50 power spent there without getting another body on the field. There's some Nurgle worship though. What else do you need? Wraithguard are kind of messing them up, so maybe you do need something. Wraithguard are very good at trading at range with those big old Wraith cannons. There's Malleus Discharge. Should have maybe been looking for the Banshees instead with it. Oh, they're reinforcing off this Falcon is what's happening here. But the ones in the wreckage are never leaving. Maybe the Vindicator can help them out by killing the ones in the wreckage. Because it seemed like one got inside the Falcon, which is weird. You still here? Or is that... I think that's a live model bugged out in the Falcon. The Dawn of Bugs too. Warlock still level 1. Taking hits from the Marco Zinch fellas. And then runs off. Over on the east side, Lictor taking some ranger hits, and he can't tangle with a Wraith Lord either. We do have some Venom brewed up with Venom cannons, anti-vehicle weapons. Pretty damn good ones too, I think. Getting some good hits in there. Gormagaunt trying to hold it up. Wraith Lord backs away for now. I thought it was just going to steamroll into those Venom broods, but I guess he doesn't know what else could be back there. There's Hollow Fields infiltrating this stuff. Okay, the Banshees that were there are now dead, and they are free. Look at that. Fully reinforced. Able to, chop up some Purgation. 446 to 194. Then they eat a whole bunch of damage from the Mark of Zinch fellas. And we do see some Plague Marines up, actually. Banshees barely got out, actually. There's the Falcon. Wasn't close enough to help out the Banshees. I don't know why it was so far away. Maybe because the Vindicator. Where are the Plague Marines? They're just kind of standing around in the mid. Paladins on the field now for Brother Captain Palaz, unique to the Brother Captain. And we may have to... Well, they're not tier 3. Dark Creepers will do some good work here. Could get Fire Dragons up, of course. Vindicator with Turbo Penetrator rounds now shooting at the Falcon. Down goes the Warlock. Falcon's okay for now. Red team take the Western VP. 442 to 174. Decent gun line here for the Eldar, keeping all this infantry at bay. Look at the Venom Brood though, they're getting shots in on the Wraith Lord. He doesn't seem to be targeting them. Zon. Got that Shuriken. Taking big shots on the Venom Brood. Good grief. Almost went down. These guys are looking for the finish. Not sure they're going to get it though because of the Shuriken. Although it's strangely set up here. But the Venom Brood are off the field. Can the Warlock get revived by a Venjitron maybe? Goes tier 3 as a Singing Spear. Also Rune Armor and Spirit Stones. We are going to see a revive, which could see a level 3 Farseer, I think, for sure. Doesn't want to push against 2 even with Paladins. So backs off a bit. Where's the rest of Sky's stuff? Oh, he's gone all the way to the east side. Okay. Got a Blood Crusher up here, I guess. Paladins are going in. huge amounts of firepower against them. There's some demolishing strike action, and these paladins are inspiring on kill, which has reached the Vindicator. I just heard Banshee's war shouting over here. Blood Crusher goes to take them on. Paladins are still rampaging on through. Haven't dropped a model yet. Look at all this firepower against them. It's not especially good firepower against their armor type is the problem. Lots of piercing damage there. Banshee's going after them a bit, but now they face the Blood Crusher. They can reinforce off the Falcon, so they're happy to engage it, I think. There's the Demonic Roar, but the Wraith Cannons are messing up the Blood Crusher, and down it goes. Does not get away. 2-1 for the blue team. Carnifex on the field now for Bordan, and he's gone Thornback. Go straight after that Wraith Lord and tie it up, maybe. Farseer is down. Seer Council on the way for Zon. And those guys can get heavy melee weapons these days and threaten the Carnifex. Although, with Thornback, do they really want to fight it? Gonna have melee resistance and almost 2,000 hit points already at level 1. Falcon with the flank. And we have the energy field up too. Where's the Venom Brood? The Venom Brood is in there with the ranged Synapse as well. And Plague Marine's coming in from the other side. Eldritch Storm on a massive blob of Tyranids. Very good nuke. There's some blob capping Marco Zinch fellas over there for Sky. Needs to be using those units a little bit better there. Heretics are also idle. And this is a Vortimer Razorback. 2-1 for the Eldar still. And the red team make a comeback. That's a big VP lead. We've seen Palaz use Vortimers very well in the past, and he's got those paladins up. And he likes his Vindicator as well, so I think he's set up to fight quite well. Level 7 Brother Captain too. Could start getting bulwark and stuff to buff up the paladins. Under 100 VPs though, the red team. Plague Marine's trying to still get on the Falcon. Where are those CSM now? Oh, they're running. Yeah, he needs to support the west side a bit more, Sky. Bordan, he's alright after that nuke. He's got double Venom Broods now. Maybe Death Spitters on one. No, he's getting double ranged Synapse, which isn't actually helpful. Well, I guess it's helpful if one of them gets forced off, but it doesn't buff the Venom Broods in any way. Just gives them the cool Synapse. 403 to 86. That's a big VP lead. Carnifex still stomping around, level 2 now. There's no-go Shrine. This will heal nearby allies and suppress enemies. And if you worship it, you can reinforce off of it. He's not worshipping in the shrine at the moment. Okay, here's the chaos stuff. Well, some of the chaos stuff. These guys are still idle back at base. Warlock having a bit of a jig.
What do you require?
Back to the east side. I feel like Bordan needs to rotate a bit towards this VP. Maybe send your Hormagaunts over there. Right Lance is being dealt with. That was a threat to the Carnifex. There's a Seer Council, and they do have their fancy spears. But again, do they want to fight a Carnifex? Gonna have melee resistance and stuff. Howling Banshees are war shouting on the west side, getting suppressed by the shrine. Paladins are down to like half hit points, while the Strat Squad try to cap. Providence Warlock going mental with the Witchblade of Kernus. Paladins are still rocking, eating those ethereal slashes, and down goes the Warlock. They can now heal up on that shrine maybe, which is very handy, because I think the shrine does percentage-based healing. We need to get back to it though. Tyranids showing up on the west side. Kind of. Having a look at the west side, needs to get on this. Oh. Did a bit of a base dive to get the Falcon, and it worked. Well played, Palaz. Yeah, these guys need to get back to that shrine. Banshees war shout in amongst some stormtroopers, and they are getting decimated by these CSM. Sky never got another unit up. Built some shrines. I guess it's working out okay so far. 2-to-1 cap for the red team. And another Carnifex here with Stranglethorn Cannon. Trying really hard, trying his best to cap that power point, but he couldn't quite manage it. Poor Carnifex. West side is very much red. Land red, a Crusader here, which also provides some health regen, but I think it's better to use a shrine. As heretical as it is. There we go. Yeah, look at the big heals coming in on the Paladins now. Turret going up. That is a very strange place for a turret. Easy to flank. See how it does. It's only giving us something to think about. And the Wraith Guard can mess it up quite nicely. There's a Seer Council for Venjitron, by the way. Leksandr down to just double Guardians with a Fire Prism coming up. And the Paladins are fully healed now. Do they have a nuke available? Leksandr does have an Eldritch Storm available. Webway being used. Gotta watch out for friendly fire on the Seer Council though. Demolishing Strike shuts them down. And there's a Trina formation. That'll one-shot the Webway. And there's a big old retreat. 332 to 57. Blue team struggling to approach now. Oh, we got a las cannon turret. Okay, there's no vehicles here. Well, there is a vehicle coming. Venjitron lamenting his allies at the moment. We'll see if Leksandr can recover. Those Seer Council getting big hits on the Stranglethorn and the Barbed Strangler. And now they got to face a Thornback. And they couldn't manage it all. Unsurprising, really. He doesn't want to even approach with the Wraith Lord because there's double Venom Broods there. Okay, another Webway. Fire Prism is on the field. Double Marco Zint CSM is kind of hanging out in the mid. There's that big dispersed shot. Wraith Lord on the Carnifex. But look at the damage from the Venom Broods. Lictor Alpha being used very well to get in on other stuff, and he's got the deadly jump. Ortark dropped in. Now she could help the Seer Council approach a bit because she has a damage resistance aura and that leaping heal thing, which is handy. They're still getting suppressed though. Can Zon possibly get an avatar up? Because that would provide suppression immunity to those guys. Maybe. Some blob capping again from Sky. Seems to just be ambling about, doing his own thing and doing okay with it. Level 7 Plague Champion just idle in the mid. Huge heavy lifting here from Palaz, I think. Massive heavy lifting. There's the Holy Grounds. Slowing down these Eldar fellas, speeding up the allies. They're having to use their fleet to get away. And they do get away. Double cap for red team. Have they done enough? There's some Dark Reapers. They are really bad news for the Paladins. If they can be brought to bear. Did they see the Webway? Is there a Webway? Yeah, still here, look. And there's those Dark Reapers. Getting the Dark Reaper X up, which gives them the... Is it pinning fire? Which means you can't use teleports. Do we see a time field or something as well? No, we see Psychic Storm. And he does power melee damage, but he can't suppress those Paladins, and they're a big problem right now. Do you see time field here? From Armor of Asurian. Still the double cap is in. Reaper Barrage. Reaper Barrage suppresses, I believe, which won't affect these fellas. No, Reaper's Grasp is the ability. Pinning Fire is what they used to have before they were reworked. Here comes the Aspect. 179 to 57. Or maybe it's the Aspect that gives them the Death's Grasp or Reaper's Grasp or whatever the hell it's called. Does it tell me here? There it is, Reaper's Grasp. And increases their squad range by 8. I guess the X-Arc just gives them an extra gun. Might do some other stuff too. 167 to 57. Can the Eldar swing this around? We've got more Fire Prism coming in. The Warlock is still down over here. Could get a Spirit Stones revive though. Would be nice and quick. I feel like you've got to get Armor Vasurian here, right? It's a big blob of stuff asking to get time fielded. Level 4 Strat Squad hanging around back there, trying to take on these Capillary Towers. Do you get XP for this? No. There's an Eldritch Storm, which was weird. Kind of just used in isolation. I guess they are... I think it was Leksandr, knowing he was in Fire Prism range, maybe. Wraithguard are targeting the Paladins. There's Holy Grounds. Dark Creepers are also targeting them. And they are doing really good damage. The Dark Creepers launchers do Plasma PvP. Or is it Inferno? And the Star Swarm launcher on the Exarch does like psychic damage, I think. Yeah, the Paladins are getting absolutely wrecked. And they did get the Land Raider down. I wasn't even focusing on it. But the Fire Prisms got it done. That was a really good push. Seer Council get away. I'm sure they helped out take the Land Raider. Farseer is down. Paladins made it out with a single model. Down goes the Shrine. We're going to see a Mark of Tzeentch Chaos Predator here, which is good against the Fire Prisms if it can get close enough. Palaz with another Land Raider on the way. Instantly gets a shot. Oh, it doesn't hit the Fire Prism though. 58-57. Double cap for the red team still. Farseer is trying to grab back this natural. And the CSM got wiped. Sky is having a rough time all of a sudden. Takes on a Fire Prism though. Vindicator's not using Turbo Penetrator here. Okay, the tank is down. Huge amounts of resources for Sky. Needs to spend them wisely. These guys just hanging out on the left side here. Are they going to concede? Did they lose too much? Swarmlord on the way for Bordan. Just hit the field actually, and we still have this Stranglethorn fella. The Thornback went down somewhere, somehow. Bashing the power, decapping it. Order needs to get on this, but it is being defended at the moment. Palaz not impressed with the Chaos player. He seems to be a newer player here. He's not happy about that. 46-36. Okay. Not the most civil chat, but it's an online game. Did the Dark Creepers level? They didn't quite level. There's a new Land Raider. They only have one Fire Prism now, but they still have the Seer Council and they still have that Wraithguard. Leveled up Wraithguard as well. Looks like the blue team are gonna do it. As the arguments continue. Paladins are reinforced, but I don't think they can approach and get anything done here. Trying to get something done here though, the red team. Maybe. Well, I think the Swarmlord pathing may have knocked them off that decap. That's the time field. Yeah, they're not decapping. I'm not sure it would have made a difference. Yeah, lots of arguing at the end. You could tell Sky was... I think he said he hadn't played for a long time or something. He's definitely seemed a bit rusty. Had the Icon of Noggle at the end. It happens. You had a level 2 Warlock. Level 4 Farseer, level 6 Farseer. Brother Captain was level 9. He was carrying a huge amount on this side, Palaz. But that big push with the Eldritch and the double Fire Prisms did work. Level 9 Plague Champion and a level 3 Lictor Alpha. There you have it, guys. Thank you for watching. Hope you all enjoyed this one, even with the bad blood at the end. And I'll see ya next time.